So how about visuals?
We are
Hello,
seeing the
I am
yes,
shared.
sir.
I have shared my sorry screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Screen is visible, no? So the problem is you can't see the whiteboard, no? So you
Yes, sir.
can get right. So I'm not using the whiteboard. So to that extent, shall we keep it as it is, the camera?
Okay, sir. No issues.
Okay. Please bear with us. So we will not be able to do anything more than this. Up it right. Okay, right. So we'll start the session. Yes, yes. Okay, I understand. So screen is shared. Hello, hello, online participants. Can you see the whiteboard? Can you see the
Yes,
whiteboard
sir.
now? Huh?
Yes, sir. Can you zoom a little bit?
Nothing related to the topic. Right, so I'll not be able to more than that. Our technician has gone. Anybody who can do it?
We don't need the whiteboard itself, we are using the slide.
Yes, but on and off we are going to use it.
So we set a photo of the whiteboard.
All right. Okay.
Right, then we can.
Okay. How about our brain exercise? Hands up, those who did it. Those who did it. But there is one variant to be into segments. What's your name? Huh? January. So in January, you will be first. Right? Then why don't we go forward and so how this done? Yes, it's no trick there. Without to concentrate. I don't really have okay, so we have done okay. There are two answers, not only one. Hello, students. So we had the brain exercise. Is not related to the topics we are talking, right? You need not worry about it. Is it okay? Can we accept? Yes. Okay. Right. So giving so then. So there is another answer. Right. So if you change 1 and 8, the first side, so again you can do the same thing. Okay. Right. So think of the bomb. What does it mean? That's a difference around. Right? Yes. So 1 and 8 can also together. The trick is that you have to write 1 and 8 in the middle. Can you check it? Understand? Right. So these are two extremes variables. So you have to teach either 1 and 8 to both. Otherwise you can read that. Understand? Because it is connected to many sides. Understand? Right. Okay, this type of exercises are very important. Okay, let's start our discussion. Recruitment. So we are talking about human resource management functions. We have listed down nearly 8 functions of requirement. If you want to establish a human resource management system within any organization, so you have to perform these all functions of requirement. Understand? Right. So all these functions are grouped into two basic functions or primary functions and secondary functions. We are talking about primary functions. How many functions did we discuss so far? What is the first function of requirement? First function of requirement. Huh? What is the first function of requirement? Yes. Yeah, designing, because design is the function of a child. Second one. Huh? Your analysis, after analysis, what is the function is performed? Human resource plan. So we have discussed your designing, your balancing, input plan. After planning the function to be performed is recruitment. What is the single term for recruitment? Huh? Hiring is a different function than hiring so from recruitment. Hiring is another separate function. Is that for recruitment? Bandhavagini and hiring. So hiring has to be done even after selection. We have not discussed selection. So the function to be performed after recruitment is selection. So hiring has to be done after selection. If you have not selected, you can't hire him. You can't hire until you select. So selection has to be done after recruitment. So recruitment is a function to be performed before selection. You can't select anybody if you have not performed recruitment. Recruitment is, in signal we call it casting. It is all about finding and attracting suitably qualified applicants for the jobs which are vacant. If there is a vacancy you can fill it. In order to fill, you have to hire. In order to hire, you must have selected. You should have selected candidate. Otherwise, you can't hire. Understand? In order to select, you have to have a pool of applicants. Understand? You have to have pool of applicants. So from that pool, you are going to determine, decide the most appropriate applicant or applicant. Right? So this is the function that is aimed at creating the pool of applicants. Right? By performing recruitment function, we are going to create a large pool of suitably qualified applicants. Understand? So there are several learning outcomes of this session. First of all, you should understand the meaning of recruitment. What is by recruitment? So you have to have at least one definition. So recruitment is very important function of human resource management. The quality of human resources available within any organization heavily depends on the successful performance of recruitment. If you make a mistake at the time of recruitment, you have to face dire consequences. So recruitment is a process. So recruitment is a process. There are several steps to be followed. If you want to do recruitment professionally, properly, efficiently, effectively, successfully, you have to follow the process. So there are 7 steps of the process that you are going to follow. Although you do not have hands-on experience on recruitment, if you can follow the process that I am going to share with you today, I'm sure that you can do a good job. So then we are going to talk about internal recruitment policy and external recruitment policy. So when you're going to do recruitment, you have to follow recruitment policy, right? Basically, there are 2 policies: internal recruitment policy and external recruitment policy. So we are going to differentiate, right? So we understand the difference between so internal recruitment policy and external recruitment policy. So you have to follow the policy of the organization with regard to recruitment when you are going to do recruitment, right? So then finally understand various methods of recruitment. There are many methods of recruitment based on the policies. There are many methods of recruitment. There are some modern methods of recruitment too. So we are going to discuss recruitment methods that so any organization can follow. So these are our learning objectives of today's session. So this is not a big session and it is not that difficult. So we'll be able to discuss so everything the time given. Okay, although we are late. Right. Right. Okay. The first thing is to understand the meaning of recruitment. What do you mean by recruitment? So this is recruitment can one way that is wrong. So but in common usage, many people use recruitment to refer to hiring. මේක තමයි understand. අපි හදියක උදාහරණයක් වැඩක් නෙමෙයි ලොක්කරයක් ගන්න වැරදි. Even some intellectuals use the term recruitment so to refer to hiring. Right? So but you can't make that mistake because you have the HR. Right? So in the HR, so recruitment is the function which aim at creating a quality applicant. So recruitment is all about finding and attracting suitably qualified applicants. not overqualified or underqualified, suitably qualified applicants for the jobs which are available. By performing recruitment function professionally, an attendee is made to create large pool of suitably qualified applicants. Large pool of suitably qualified. Larger the better. Larger the better. If you can make the pool of 100 suitably qualified applicants, if you can make the pool of 100 qualified applicants, it is better than 50. Understand? Because we have more choices to select the most appropriate out of 100 than 50. The more the better. So that this function is considered as a positive function. This is a positive. So recruitment is a positive function. Why? An attendee is made to increase the number of suitably qualified applicants. The more the better. But this function that we are going to talk about is selection. Selection is considered as a negative function. Selection is negative function. So recruitment positive. So this is called positive because an attendee is made to increase the number of suitably qualified applicants. But in selection, what happens is, in order to select few, we have to reject more. More and more rejected in order to select few. Understand? Normally the number of applicants who are rejected are greater than the number of applicants who are selected. So that is called deletion function or negative function. We discuss that later, right? So understand recruitment is the positive function. So recruitment is finding and attracting suitably qualified applicants. What is by suitably qualified applicants? Not overqualified or not underqualified. What is by suitably qualified applicants? Yes. By performing the recruitment function professionally, so an attendee is made to attract more and more suitably qualified applicants. What is by suitably qualified applicants? Okay. Suitably qualified? Suitably qualified means those who have got the required key qualities and qualifications. What is the key qualities and qualifications required? They have to have key qualities and qualifications to the required level. Not overqualified or not underqualified. What is by overqualified applicants? Do not attract overqualified applicants. What is by overqualified applicants? Yes? Yeah. More than required. And so the overqualified applicants are the applicants who have got key qualities and qualifications more than required. So what happens if you attract overqualified applicants? What is the harm? What is the benefit? Okay. And the benefits. And the benefits. So looking back. Yeah. Overqualified people. Salary. Like overqualified applicants will ask high salary. Okay, that is one of the things. Okay, understand what happens if you attract overqualified applicants. There is a high possibility of selecting. If your pool is made with overqualified applicants, there is a high possibility of selecting overqualified applicants to the post which are vacant. So what happens if you select and hire overqualified applicants? Overqualified applicants are having high expectations with regard to the various aspects of the job, right? So they expect better salary or competitive pay package. They expect quick promotions. They expect better or favorable working conditions. Understand? Once they come and start working and understand that their high expectations are not met working for the organization, what happens? They easily get frustrated. If they are frustrated, are they happy? No, they are not happy. If they are not happy, do you think that they will give their maximum contribution? No, they will not give their maximum contribution if they are happy. So in the long run, they will make the decision to leave the organization. Their expectations are not met working for the organization. If they leave the organization, you have to do the employee resourcing or staffing function from the beginning. Again recruitment, again selection, again hiring, again induction, training and development. So it is your costly. Understand? Right. So that no organization should attract, select and hire overqualified people. Understand? On the other hand, no underqualified applicant. What is the underqualified applicant? Yes, underqualified applicants are the applicants who do not possess the required key qualities and qualifications. So what happens if you have attracted, if you have made that pool of applicants with underqualified applicants? What happens? What is the harm? Yes? What is the harm? Nothing will happen. there is a high possibility of selecting underqualified applicants. If only the underqualified, I think possibility at the end, so if you have selected underqualified applicants, what happens? So will they able to perform the job as expected? No, underqualified applicants do not possess the required keywords and qualifications, so that they will not be able to do the job as expected. Understand? So that no organization should attract underqualified applicants. So only, so by mistaken they may, but we have to reduce the number of qualified applicants and underqualified applicants. Okay, so that we define the term recruitment. Recruitment is the process of finding and attracting suitably qualified applicants for people to apply for employment. So there are some more definitions, right? So moral saying, Professor William F. Gulick defined the term recruitment as a set of activities and enterprise uses to attract job candidates who have the abilities and attitude needed to help the enterprise achieve its objectives, more or less same. Then, so Mathis and Jackson, so define the term recruitment as a process of generating pool of qualified applicants, pool of qualified applicants for organized jobs, right? Not qualified or not underqualified. Right, so recruitment results in the creation of pool of job seekers, pool of, pool of job seekers from which persons are selected. So it is expected to make a large pool of job seekers from which we can select, we can decide to determine the most appropriate. So then we will discuss the importance of so it should be not requirement, recruitment. Okay, importance of recruitment or significance of recruitment. So recruitment is very important, significant, as I told you that the quality of human resources available within an organization heavily depends on the successful performance of recruitment. Right? So if you make a mistake at the time of recruitment, so you have to face the negative consequences. So importance of recruitment can be attributed to three objectives. There are three objectives of recruitment. There are three objectives. So one is to acquire pool of suitably qualified job seekers, not overqualified or underqualified. This is the very objective of recruitment. This is the very objective, main objective of recruitment is to attract suitably qualified job seekers, not overqualified or underqualified, to acquire pool of suitably qualified. So we have to make the pool of suitably qualified applicants. So this is the first objective. The second objective, to acquire the pool at the lowest possible cost. Of course, recruitment is not a cost, it is a good investment. Recruitment is a good investment. It's not a cost, but although it is an investment, you need not to spend your hard-earned money unnecessarily, right? So that you have to lower the cost of recruitment. So this is another objective of recruitment, to acquire this pool at the lowest possible cost, right? So there are many ways you can use to attract suitably qualified applicants. So you have to select the methods which will lower the cost of recruitment. So third one is to reduce the likelihood. To reduce the likelihood that an applicant one side will leave the organization within a short period of time. Right? So this is another, right? Suppose that you attract suitably qualified, you attract many applicants, right? So you have selected a higher applicants. So what happens if they are leaving the organization soon after hiring? Is your process of recruitment successful? No, you have not attracted suitably qualified applicants. So that's why they are leaving. There should have a reason for them to leave. You have not attracted suitably qualified applicants. If they are suitably qualified, they should be able to stay in the organization for a long period of time. Understand? If you are leaving the organization, it means that you have not attracted suitably qualified applicants. Okay? So one of the objectives, the objective of recruitment is to reduce the likelihood that once an applicant, so it's higher, you leave the organization in a short period of time. Okay, so these are the three objectives of recruitment. So if you go through these objectives, you can understand how important it is. All these objectives are connected with the objectives of HR. Think about the first one, to acquire pool of suitably qualified job seekers, not overqualified or underqualified. This is directly related with the first objective of HR, human resource management. What is the first objective of HR? To procure right people at the right time for the right job. Right. So the second objective also related with one of the objective to acquire this pool at the lowest possible cost. So one of the objective HR is to control employment cost. So this second objective help to achieve one of the objectives HR. Right, third one even to reduce the likelihood that an applicant one side will need to organize for within short period of time. It's also connected with one of the objective HR, second objective HR to retain most appropriate so employees. Understand? So now you can understand how important this function, how important. On the other hand, the success of selection function, success of selection function is the next function that we are going to discuss. Selection is the heart of HR. That is the most important function, that is the central function. The success of selection functions totally depend, heavily depends on the success performance of recruits. Understand? So you can't make your selection function a success. So if your recruitment function is wrong, suppose that you have attracted only overqualified applicants, will your selection be successful? No. Suppose that you have attracted so underqualified applicants, will your selection be successful? Suppose that you have attracted no applicants, you have attracted no applicants, can you do selection? Understand? So there should have applicants to be selected. So that the success of selection function heavily depends on the successful performance of recruitment. If the recruitment is wrong, so all the other functions, including so selection go wrong. Understand? So now you can understand how important this function is. So then we will discuss. Are you with me? Is it clear? Right. Then we will discuss the process of recruitment. So before we discuss the recruitment process, so it is very important to understand that in case of large organization, so people are recruited, the applicants are recruited on daily basis. Large organization, there is high employee turnover rate. So especially large, especially in academic industry. So I know personally that so HR managers are receiving forms to recruit people daily because there is a high so turnover rate. So that people, applicants, job seekers are recruited on daily basis. Understand? So in that type of organization, there is a specific called recruiter to perform this function. In large organization, there is a specialist called recruiter to perform this function. In case of medium-sized organizations, it is HR manager who perform this function. In case of medium. In a small organization, you don't find any HR manager and HR officer. Right? So the owner manager perform the function of recruitment. Normally, unknowingly, the owner manager do the function of recruitment. Understand? I don't know whether they understand the importance of now. So they are doing this, right? Otherwise, no. So selection, no other functions. Right. Before discussing the process of human management, so process of recruitment, we will discuss the connectivity between recruitment and some other functions. So understand, in order to perform recruitment function professionally, properly, efficiently, effectively, so you must have performed some other functions. So especially human resource planning, job analysis and rewards management, these functions are very important if you want to perform recruitment function. So if you have not performed human resource planning function, if you have not performed job analysis, so you will not be able to perform recruitment function professionally, properly, efficiently. How do you link HRP, human resource planning with recruitment? How do we link? We discussed human resource planning in our last session. How do you link? How do you relate? Yes. You can't perform recruitment function properly, professionally, efficiently, effectively if you have not performed HRP. How do you link HRP with the recruitment? What is email planning? What happens in planning? Email planning. What is the chat room? What happens?
And the requirements.
Identify requirement. Yes, human resource requirement. Yes, human resource planning is a process of determining future employee needs. Future employee needs. That means the number and the type of the employees you need. Like tell me, if you do not know the number and the type of the employees you need, can you attract? Can you recruit? Can you perform recruitment function? You don't know how many employees you need. You don't know what type of employees you need. Can you do it? No. Before you recruit, you should understand. You have to have clear understanding about the types of the job vacancies, for which you have to attract job seekers, applicants. Is it 1, 2, 3, right? For example, so if you are going to, if there is a vacancy for the post of laborer, are you going to put a newspaper advertisement? Would be four-color newspaper advertisement to recruit suitably qualified applicant for the post of laborer? No, this will cost nearly 300,000, 400,000, right? There's only one post. So rather than putting a newspaper advertisement, you can ask your current employees to bring a one known to them. They will introduce a good one. It is not costly. Understand? It doesn't take that much of time. Right, so that in order to decide whether you are going for a newspaper advertisement or not, you have to understand the number of vacancies and the nature, right? So if there are 200, you need 200 laborers. You are going for a mega expansion. You need 200 laborers. So in that case, are you going to ask your current employees to bring 200 people? Is it possible? No. Then you can go for a newspaper advertisement. So it costs less then. Understand? So that you have to decide the method of recruitment based on the number of vacancies. Understand? Right? So, for example, one of the organization needs a service of a fully qualified chartered accountant. So, will the organization paste a poster along the, so that's what one of the organization. So, we need a fully qualified chartered accountant, those who have got, so these qualifications may apply? No. So, although there is one vacancy, it is advisable, but you need us to go for a newspaper advertisement because we have to do nationwide publicity. To see the good one. Understand? So, in order to decide to determine the recruitment method, you should understand the number of employees. Understand? So that HRP is important. Even the plan is important. So without even the plan, you can't perform. So recruitment. At least you should understand the number and type of employees. Right? So that if you have performed, so HRP even the plan, so you can do it better. Understand? Are you with me? Is it clear? Right. Then, how about job analysis? Job analysis relates to recruitment. Job analysis gives some inputs to perform recruitment function. How? Can we link job analysis with recruitment? Yes. What is job analysis? What are the results of job analysis? What are the results of job analysis? Yes. Am I in the wrong place? Results of job analysis. Job description, job specification. One more looking for standard, at least JDs and JAs. JDs and JAs are essential component of job analysis. It help to perform recruitment. Right? Your JDs and JAs use some inputs to perform the recruitment. How? 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 Job analysis information that means JDs and JAs help to perform recruitment. You have not performed job analysis, so you will not be able to do recruitment professionally properly. You can do it, but it is not professional. It is not efficient. It is not effectively successful. At least you have to have some information needed. Without those, you can't do it. So, we are going to talk about these things later. What is the most popular method of recruitment? There are many methods of recruitment. What is the most popular external method of recruitment? Huh? Interview is the most popular method of selection. Selection is different from recruitment. Before selection, we have to make a pool of applicants. So this is the function that we are going to create that pool of applicants. So selection is the most popular. Interview is the most popular selection function. Selection method. What is the most popular method of recruitment? Even now, advertisement, newspaper advertisement. Suppose that your boss asks you to prepare newspaper advertisement for a particular job which is not known to you. Understand? You are not fully aware of the job. So you are asked to prepare your advertisement. How do you prepare it? You need information with regard to that particular job. So what are the information you need? What are the information you need to make a particular job advertisement? Information you have to have? Tell me. Huh? Huh? Yes, the political qualification. What is the required academic qualification? What is the required for minimum professional qualification? What is the required length of service or experience? What are the special qualities? Training needed? A physical characteristics. So these are information. And on the other hand, what are the job roles? What are the main duties, responsibilities? These are the information. You are not familiar with the job. So how do you make that advertisement? From where can you get it? Job. Here is job description and job specification. You have to take a copy of ADs and JS, not prepare your relatives. Understand? So you need not to go. So after anybody, you need not to run after anybody. So if you can get a copy of ADs and JS, everything should be there. Right? So if you have AD and JS for any particular job, you can easily make any sort of application. Understand? Right. So that's the job analysis information give some inputs to perform recruitment. And rewards management. We have not discussed about rewards management. So that is the second function. Right? But if the organization has performed rewards function, so it helps you to perform recruitment function. Especially through rewards, so you have to decide. Reward means so function of so developing and maintaining base pay system is fair, right? That is done in pay management. So if we have decided a competitive pay package, it is very easy for you to attract. So if your pay is not attractive, if it is not competitive, can you attract? Although your organization is so has earned good recognition, so you will not be able to attract so applicants you need if the payments that you are going to make is low comparatively. Understand? So you must have decided competitive pay package, salary package. Understand? Then only you can attract suitable people. So rewards management help you to do recruitment. Right. So that the success of recruitment depends on HRP, success of recruitment depends on job analysis, success of recruitment depends on rewards management. Rewards management includes pay management, incentive management, and welfare management. Right. So there are three components. Right. On the other hand, recruitment gives some input to do selection. Selection is next function. Right. So recruitment gives some inputs to perform selection function properly, professionally, and effectively. So the success of selection heavily depends on the performance of recruitment. Okay, is it clear? Right. So that you should understand the connectivity among these functions. Then we will discuss the process of recruitment. Recruitment is a process. There are several steps to be followed. So we are going to discuss the 7-step model of recruitment. There are 7 steps. So identify job vacancies, ascertain job requirements, consider factors affecting recruitment, prepare job application, select the method of recruitment, implementation, final evaluation of recruitment process. So these are the steps to be followed. It's not a big deal. It's very easy to discuss. Okay. So although you're going to have hands-on experience on doing recruitment, if you can follow the process in the order given, so you can do good jobs. Okay. Right. First thing, identify job vacancies. So if you are asked to perform recruitment, the first thing you have to understand is to identify job vacancies. How many job vacancies are there? What type of job vacancies are there? Right? So without identifying job vacancy, you can't do recruitment. The first thing you have to do is to identify job vacancy. What is the nature? How many? What type of? Right. So how are you going to identify job vacancies? Tell me. Yep. Yep. Okay, correct. Already. So you will be able to identify job vacancies, right, without much effort. So if we have performed that function, what is that function? We have already discussed. Human resource planning. Human planning, we discussed it. What is human planning? Your human plan explain the number and type of your vacancy. The organization is having in time to come for a particular period of time. So human planning is a process of determine future employee needs and deciding special strategy. So how many job vacancies are there for next month, next 2 months, next 6 months, next year, next 2 years, etc. So that if you can take the copy of the plan, give the plan, you can understand easily how many job vacancies will occur in time to come. Understand? So very easy you can understand. But your plan is not 100% accurate. It is not 100% because there will be certain changes of employment. Understand? So that is not reflected by your plan. So there will be some certain job vacancies that occurs. For example, employee death. So people may die, right? While in harness, so while working. So that is not in your usual plan because we did not forecast death of people. We did not include any. There's no provision. Right? But people may die. It is natural. So that there will be some resignations. People may say that, oh, I'm so resigning from today. I'm not waiting for months. So it is okay if they are ready to sacrifice their 1 month salary, so they can go. Understand? Right. So that it is not in our usual plan. Understand? So that do not totally depends on plan. But besides that, you have to get some understanding about certain your vacancies groups. So HOD, sorry, HOD means head of department. So contact head of department. Ask whether they have so your vacancies which are not in given plan. You can get those so requirements confirmed if you contact HOD. So especially there is a special form that you can use to get some understanding about these job vacancies called job requisition form. Job requisition form. By using the form called job requisition form, you can ask them to inform job vacancy they are having, right? Giving a particular deadline, right? So if you have any vacancy, please inform the HR, the human resource department within this particular date. Understand? So that you can understand the total vacancies that may occur. So this is very important. Right, so that is how you identify the vacancy. Understand? Right. Then ascertain job requirement. Ascertain job requirement. Once you understand your vacancy, you have to understand, you have to identify, ascertain job requirement. How do you understand job requirement? What is my job requirement? What is my job requirement? Yes. What do you mean by job requirement? Your requirements are key qualities and qualifications. So ideal job candidate should have. What are key qualities and qualifications? So they should have. What are the abilities they should have to perform tasks, duties and responsibilities? Okay, from where can you get these information? Ascertain job requirement. From where? Yes, very easily. If you can refer to a particular document, you can do. What is that? Yes, job description and job specification. Job description and job description. How to have job description and specification, then you can identify, you can understand job requirement. Job specification specifies key qualities and qualifications and ideal job holder should have. Job description describes so task duties responsibilities and ideal job holder should be able to perform. Understand? So that do not look for anywhere. Do not run after the others. So you have to have copy of JDs and JDs. Right? Very easily can do these things. Okay, then the third factor is consider factors affecting recruitment. What are the factors affecting recruitment? What are the factors affecting recruitment? There are several factors. So how do you guess? What are the factors to be considered when doing recruitment? There are several factors. Yes. Any idea? So if you are going to do recruitment, so there are several factors that you have to consider. What are the factors? What is the most important factor we consider? One is recruitment policy. So take whether organization has a recruitment policy. Right? If there is a policy, you have to follow that policy. Then only you can take some decisions. So keeping consistency. Understand? Like normally organizations are having two kinds of recruitment policy. What are they? What are they? There are two types of recruitment policy. What are they? Yes, internal policy and external policy. Internal recruitment policy and external recruitment policy. So you can follow whatever policy. Some organizations are having a mix of both or mixed policy. Right? So what do you mean by internal recruitment policy? Yes. Organized policy is one of the factors to be considered. Organized policy. Policy is what do you mean by policy? What do you mean by policy? What do you mean by policies? Policies are guidelines. Why guidelines? Guidelines are for thinking and actions. In order to take thinking and actions, we have to have guidelines. And in order to ensure the consistency of the decision that you take, so you have to have policy, right? So these are the factors to be considered. Organizing a recruitment policy, whether it is internal recruitment policy or external recruitment policy, then what is the cost of recruitment? How much does it cost? What is the budget available? So employee market condition, what is the employee market condition nowadays Sri Lanka is having? Is it a tight market condition or is it loose market condition? Right? So both, so whether the market condition is tight or loose, you have to change your strategy of recruitment. We'll discuss that later. Then type of employees, type of needed employees. So these are the factors to be considered when doing recruitment. Okay? Right. First we discuss recruitment policies. Policies are guidelines. So there is the guideline for recruitment. So when there are guidelines, you have to follow this guideline. Two types, internal and external. What is the internal recruitment policy? That is one of the type of recruitment policy organizations can have. Internal recruitment policy. Some organizations are having internal recruitment policy. What is the internal recruitment policy? Yes. Internal recruitment policy. Yes, recruiting within the organization, in current employer. Right, so internal recruitment refers to the situation or condition where if there is a vacancy, that vacancy should be filled within the organization. By means of promoting or by means of transferring, etc. If a vacancy occurs, that vacancy should be filled within the current employees who are working for the organization by means of promotions, transfers. Right, clearly we can think of demotions. Demotions will not be made in order to fill the vacancy. That is, when it comes to zero punishment. Okay, so by means of promotions, transfer we can fill the so the vacancy. Okay, what are the advantages of having an internal recruitment policy? Some organizations are having internal recruitment policy. If there is a vacancy, that vacancy has to be filled within the organization, right? By means of promotions and transfers. So what are the advantages of having an internal recruitment policy? You can, cost is low when compared to the external, it is less costly. Less costly. The time saving, it does not take that much. It doesn't take, it is not time consuming. You can do it quickly, right? Less time consuming, less costly. Suitable person can be identified because so you are familiar with these applicants. Right. Okay, what else? How about induction cost, training cost? Yes, training cost, induction cost very low. Sometimes no need of induction. Already they are familiar, they are looking for the organization. Right? Low induction cost, low training cost. Right. What else? Okay. Don't you think that if you are following internal recruitment policy, don't you think that it motivates your current employees? Motivate or demotivate? It motivates. Right? Don't you happy if the policy is internal? Because if there is a vacancy, that is filled within the organ. That means so employees are going to get promotions. There will be promotion possibilities. Understand? So where the motivation get increased. How about the morale of employees? Morale will improve motivation. So morale also gets increased. But however, there are some disadvantages too. What are the disadvantages of having internal recruitment policy? Do you think that new knowledge, new skills, proper attitudes will so go into the organization, will be probably inside the organization? No. So, no, so new bloods flowing inside, old bloods retaining. So that the problem of inbreeding occurs. Problem of inbreeding. What is inbreeding? Yes. What is the problem of inbreeding? Inbreeding. So if you are having internal recruitment policy, the organization facing the problem of inbreeding. Inbreeding is a situation where juniors follow seniors. Juniors follow seniors. Okay. So what juniors do is what seniors are doing. Right. So that if seniors are successful, juniors also be successful. If seniors are not successful, juniors will not be successful. Understand? On the other hand, if juniors follow seniors, so there will not be any program of success. So that inbreeding is always bad. Inbreeding is always bad. Right? That is one of the problem. So another problem is Peter principle. What do you mean by Peter principle? If you are going to have internal recruitment policy, you are going to have this problem, Peter principle. So the one who introduced this term is Mr. Peter. So that the problem is considered as Peter principle. What is Peter principle? So if you are following internal recruitment policy, you are likely to face this problem, Peter principle. What is that? Is the problem? Peter principle. It is all about promoting employees beyond their capacity, beyond their potentials. Understand what happens if one is promoted to a particular post which is beyond his competencies? Do you think that he or she will be able to perform the job? No, they will not be able. But as the policy, you have to promote. You have that policy so that you promote. But they will not be in the position to perform the job. Understand? And that is beyond. So they are capabilities, capacities, competencies, potential. So organization facing a problem. Right. So that these are the so advantages and disadvantages. Okay. We discuss everything. So advantage create employee morale, possible to attract people who expect career development, possible to retain current employees, motivate employee cheaper cost, lesser cost, encourage sound level manager relationship, lesser orientation time needed of induction. These are advantages. Disadvantage. Prevent from drawing insight new skills and knowledge. Now opportunity of having the most appropriate man from a large pool of recruits. So if you are having internal recruitment policy, so can you make a large pool of super qualified applicants? So like you do externally, no, your pool of applicants is smaller. Listen, if the pool is smaller, can you have so many choices to select the most appropriate? No. In my opinion, so if your pool is smaller, you do not have many choices to make. Understand? So that is another disadvantage. Okay. Avoid new blood, retain old blood, inbreeding occurs. So higher cost in professionals. If you are going to procure professionals, sometimes you have to develop within the organization. So you promote, but he is lacking knowledge, skills, and build attitude, so that you have to develop within the organization. You have to spend a lot of money to develop it. But easily you can hire one from outside at the tip of it. So then employees promoted beyond his or competencies. So this is called Peter principle. Okay. Right. So what are the advantages of external recruitment policy? Some organizations can have external recruitment policy. External policy refers to situation. So that if there is the vacancy that vacancy filled from outside, hiring from the labor market. Hiring from the labor market. In the labor market, there are two categories of individual. Who are they? So one is job seekers who are unemployed, and there will be some employees who are working for other organizations who wants to claim their job. Okay, so that you can attract them. If you attract from labor market, so that is called external. So some organization can follow external recruitment policy. So what are the advantages of external recruitment policy? Very easy. Disadvantages of internal recruitment policy become the advantages of external recruitment policy. So advantages of internal recruitment policy become the disadvantage of external recruitment policy. Okay, what are the advantages? If you are following external recruitment policy, what are the advantages? Huh? Yes, you can make a so larger pool of applicant. You can make a bigger pool of applicant. Your recruitment, so your so pool of applicant is so larger than internal recruitment. Yes, new ideas, new knowledge, new skills, better attitudes, so new technology, so will be flowing inside the organization. Okay. Okay. Yes. External recruitment policy. Yes. Sometimes it may be, so the cost may be cheaper when recruiting professionals. So that was one of the disadvantage of internal recruitment policy. Okay. Right. So opportunity to get people with new knowledge and skills, possible to employ more active young executives and specialists. Low cost for training and development. You need not to train because already they are trained. There are some disadvantages. So demotivate internal or current employees. So attraction effort, comparatively higher cost for attracting effort, right? So lead to bad negative labor industry relations. So employees, current employees will not be happy because there may be some grievances. They may think that they are not getting promotion possibilities, opportunities because of this policy. So that negative relations between labor and management. Right. So however, there are some other factors to be considered. One is cost is the residual factor. Although you have policies, so if you do not have sufficient budget, you will not be able to select some of the effective or good recruitment methods. Understand? So we discussed that still the most popular method of recruitment is specific adaptation, but it is very costly. If you do not have so sufficient so funds, can you use that strategy? Can you use it? No, you can't do it. Understand? So that costly is a decent factor. We have to have provision for recruitment. Another factor to be considered is the market condition. What is the market condition? Your market condition may be tight or market condition may be loose. What do you mean by tight market condition? What is a tight market condition? When the market condition is tight, you don't find many job seekers in the market. Understand? If the market condition is tight, you don't find many job seekers, only very few. So if there are not many job seekers in the market, so will you be able to attract them very easily? So you have to make a very big effort to get what you need. So you have to make a very comprehensive effort to get if the market condition is very tight. If the market condition is loose, what if I loose market condition? If there are many job seekers in the market searching for jobs, so the market condition is not considered as loose. If there is a loose market condition, do you follow very comprehensive? So we do effort to attract suitable applicant. No, there are many. You may get many. So applicants attract. Understand? Right. So that it is a decisive factor whether the market condition is loose or market condition is tight. Another factor to be considered is the type of needed employee. Type of needed. What is the type of the employees you need? For example, whether you need skilled employees or unskilled employees. Understand? So depending on whether it is skilled or unskilled, you have to change your recruitment effort. So if you need unskilled labor, should you use very comprehensive, right? Recruitment effort. If you need only unskilled labor, so there are many people who are unskilled, right? It's not that difficult to extract many unskilled labor. But you can't, you have to make a big effort, comprehensive effort, if you want to get skilled labor. Understand? So that depending on the type of labor you need, so applicants you need, you have to change your strategy. Understand? That is another point. Okay, fourth step is to prepare job application. So this is not mandatory. So you can skip this if you need. So there are two options you can use. One is you can ask so prospective job applicants to prepare job application by themselves and send it. Right? You can ask them to make the application by themselves and they can apply through the application they make. Right. Another one is so you can prepare the organization, company can decide decide the application and you can send the application to the prospective applicants and you can get the applicant through that. So better practice is that first you ask applicants to apply through their self-made application. So you are going to screen these applications and those who have been selected are sent the copy of this applications for designed by the organization. Understand? Right. So what is the advantage? What are the advantages if you are going to use company design applications? So there are some advantages that you can get. So if applicants are supposed to apply through the application designed by the organization, made by the what are the advantages?
You can speak to the requirement.
They can speak to the requirement. Yes, so the most important advantage is that you can get the information in uniform. Same uniform. So that you easily you can so evaluate the applicant. Easily evaluate. Because you are information the same. So if you ask applicants to give us applicants themselves, they will do it as they are as they go as they are. There is no uniformity here. So we will uniformity. Right. On the other hand, as you mentioned that you can gather the information, don't you? So very easy you can check whether applicants are having eligibility criteria. Okay. So those are the applications, so advantages, but there are some disadvantages too. If you are going to prepare the application by yourself, you will have to design different applications for different categories of jobs. Can you use the same design for any category of jobs? No, it's not good. So there are many categories of employees, managerial employees, non-managerial employees, professionals, technical and medic, factory employees. But you can't use the same application for managerial and non-managerial. One application for managerial jobs, another application for non-managerial jobs. Understand? So that it is somewhat costly, it may be somewhat cumbersome. Understand? There are some. Not that there are no so disadvantages too. Right. Anyway, it is optional. So next one is to select method of recruitment. There are many methods of recruitment. Depending on your policy, there are separate different types of the recruitment method. Okay, so this is the essence of our discussion. Method of methods. So can we continue? Are we going to have a small break? Huh? We have a break. Okay, so if we have a small break. Okay, just 10 minutes. Okay, so otherwise we may feel sleepy. Right, so this is the essence of our discussion, the most important part that we are going to take. Right, it doesn't take that much of time anyhow. So have a small break. Be refreshed. Okay. Now the thing is 10, no? Can you come 6:20? Okay. You can be here by 6:20, you will be able to stop at 7.
කතා කරන්නේ ඈ අවුක කතා කරලා මම ගෝ එන්න කියලා මේ අනිකලෙම ඉන්නේ ඉතින් බාහිර අවුස් එන්නේ මට ඉන්දියානු කැම්පස් එකේ දාට පහට ඉවර වෙන්නේ ඔව් 10ට පහම විතරයි ඒගොල්ලන් ටයිම් ගන්න යාළුවා මේ ප්‍රවෘත්ති වලදී දැනගන්න ඕන කියලා ඔව් නැත්නම් ඉතින් කොයිලා මේ ඕන දෙයක් ඉන්නේ උදේ කිව්වොත් හේන්නේ ඔව් යම් මේක වැඩ කරන්න බලාගෙන මම කොයි කියලා තියෙන කතා අපේ රසක් යනවා මම කියන්නේ එහෙම තව වැඩ වගේ තියෙනවා නේ ඉතින් දැන් තව වැඩ වගේ ඒක ඉවර කරන්න ෂෙෆ් ඒක ඉවර කරලා වෙනස් කරන්න තියෙනවා වැඩ කියන්නේ මොකද ගන්න එක ඒක ගේනි කම්පැනි ඕපන් කරන්න බෑ ඒක දෙන්නට ඒක තියෙනවා සෙකේ ඉන්වර්ටර් ඩීසල් මම කරන්න ගියා සෙක්නාරි වල දෙනවා කාලේ ඔව් දැන් මිනේ දාන්න නිකන් ඉන්නේ දැන් අදින් ගිහින් යාට කරන්න දෙයක් දෙන්නේ ඔව් ඉන්නක ඒ ඒක බලන්න හොඳයි නේද බෑ නේද තියෙන එක ඉන්සර් ගන්න කියලා තියෙන දේ වල පස්සේ ඒක වගේ නැත්නම් මේ මොන වඩා කලින් ගෙන නිකන් කියලා නේ ඈ ඔව් යන්න පුළුවන් නේ ඔව් එන්න පුළුවන් එකම දේ යාගේ වෙන්නේ අපි වෙන්නේ අපේ විශ්වාසයක් තියෙනවානේ අපි කියන්නේ වචනේ වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ ඊට පස්සේ නේ අර කියන්නේ යාගේ පැත්තේ ඈ ඔව් ඒක අවශ්‍යයි නේ අපි ආසාවක් තියෙන්නේ ඔව් අයිඩෙන්ටිටි තියෙනවා ඔව් කොහොමද තියෙන්නේ ඔව් මේක අපි දන්නේ පිටයින් ඔව් එහෙනම් තමයි දැන් අපි ආයේ අවශ්‍යතාවය තියෙනවා අපේ යෝනියෙන් දිගට කිසිම දෙයක් ගන්නන්නේ නැහැ එකම මට සැකේ තියෙන දැන් ඉතලට ඉඳලා තියෙනවා නේද ඉතලට ඉඳලා අවුරුදු 10කට හිටියද ඉතලට හිටියනේ ඉතින් පොතු වාදයෙන් කියන්නේ කොච්චර මොකද පරන්දතිට ඒක දැන් ඒක මේ පොඩ්ඩක් මට පොඩි පුංචි මේකද දෙන්නේ ඈ ඔව් ඒකෙන් බලන්න පුළුවන් ඒකම දේ දැන් කිසිම අරක දැන් නැත්තම් වෙන්නේ කියලා අපි ගියේ ඒක ඥාන සාමාන්‍ය ධර්ම නේද අපි යාපත් අනිකවර බ්ලොක් හම්බෙන්නේ නේද? මේක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කවුරුහරි ජොබ් එකක් කරලා ත්‍රිවිධ මහා කරා දෙවියන්ට හම්බෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ මේ ඉතින් මිනිමම් තව ක්‍රයිටෙන්නේ. ඒක පටන් ගන්න තුන අනිත් එක දැන් යාගේ අතලා ගිල ආපෝ මේ පටන් ගන්න නොකියන එක පොඩ්ඩක් තියෙනවනේ පොඩි අර මොටිවේෂන් එකක් නැහැ වැඩ කරන්න ඉන්නත් දැන් හිතලා නිතර මම අර ඒ කියන්නේ මට මේ ගන්න හම්බ වෙනවා කියලා හිතනවා නේ ඉතින් ඔය කතා කරනකොට වෙන්නේ මොකද යා යා වැඩ කරනවා නිතරම යා ස්පෙෂල් නේ බෑ නැත්නම් යාගේ බලාපොරොත්තු දෙන්නේ අපිට මේ ප්‍රොඩක්ටිවිටි එක නේ යා සතුටින් නිවින වැඩ කරන්නේ ඒකට පරදාවතාවයක් නේ ප්‍රොඩක්ටිවිටියක් නේ නේ යා සතුටින් වෙන්න ඕන ඒක සතුටින් නැතිනම් යාගේ ප්‍රයෝගයකට දෙන්නේ නැහැ ඈ ඇත්තටම නැත්නම් අපි ගන්නේ අපිට කාර්ය ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් එකම වෙන්නේ so if they are not happy they will not give their maximum contribution there නේ ඒ නිසා ඒගොල්ලෝ සිස්ටම් කියන්නේ යා ඒක බලන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා ගන්න ඔව් එළිමක් ඇතුලේ ආට උදව් යම් තින්න නිසා මේක නිර්මාණ කියන එක කොතෙන්ද ඔව් යන්නේ යම් කියන්නේ නිකාම් කියන්නේ නෙමෙයි අපි කරන්නේ යන්නේ කිව්වා දැන් ඒක මේ ආන්දරයක් තියෙන එක කරන්නේ නෙමෙයි දැන් ඉන්න ඒ දෙයක්ම කියනවා ඒක තියෙන අපේ චලාය කියන්නේ දවස් දෙකකින් දෙනවා එන්නේ කරන්නේ ඔව් ඔව් බලන්න එළිය පටන් ගන්න සතියේ කලින් මේ ගෙනගෙන ඉන්නවත් ඔව් යාගේ පැත්තෙන් තියන්න යාටත් ඒක ෆිට වෙන්නේ නේ දැන් හැමෝටම සම්මත දෙයක් ෆිට වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ ඔය ආසරෙන් ඉන්නවා ඒක බලමු අපි කතා කරමු යාට අපි එදාට කියමු වචන දෙන්න බලන්න ඉන්නට නේ හරි Hello, online participants. We are going to resume our discussion. We are going to talk about the fifth step of the recruitment process. It is all about selecting the method of recruitment. We thought that you are not coming. No. Online participants, am I audible?
So when we come back.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, we are going to resume. We had a small break. Right, we are going to talk about so the method of recruitment. Understand, this is the essence of our discussion. This is the most important part of our discussion. So method of recruit, there are many methods, there are many modes of recruitment. All the methods can be broken down into two categories: internal method and external method. Internal method of recruitment and external method. So there are some methods that you can use to recruit intern. There are some methods that you can use to recruit external. First, we will discuss some of the internal method of recruitment. There are some internal method. Internal means recruiting within the organization. Right. So what are the methods that you can follow to recruit internally? One is simple word of mouth. Simple word of mouth. So this is very influential. What is simple word of mouth? It is all about passing the message of your vacancy so to the employees by the manager. It carry that message, convey the message of job vacancy to the employee by using single word. Okay, very easy, it is very quick. So very effective. The problem is whether employees are getting, all employees are getting equal chance of getting the information. Do you think that managers pass the message to each and everybody equally? The managers carry the message of job vacancy to each and everybody in the organization? No. So they will convey the message only to employees who are having good relationship with them. Right, others will not get. Right, so everybody will not get the equal chance of getting the access to the information. So this is a good method, but the problem is, so it is sometimes it is not that fair. Understand? If managers convey the message of your vacancy to everybody, the organization who are eligible to apply is good. But the problem is, so anyhow, this is very good method. It doesn't cost anything. So it is all about carrying the message so orally. So job posting and bidding, So it is all about notifying job vacancies to the current employees by pasting a notice on the notice board. So you may have a notice board in the organization where everybody has good access to the notice board, so you can paste the notice. I say that there is a particular vacancy in the organization, those who have would require the qualities and quantities to apply. Right, so that is a good method. It doesn't cost that much. So it is very effective. Your post in a meeting, sometimes you may have so some newsletters, magazines. So published by the organization. You can put the advertisement. So in that newsletter. Okay. Right. Then another method you can use is so skill inventory and management inventory. This is another method. You can go through skill inventory and management inventory in order to recruit. This is a very effective method. What do you mean by skill inventory? What do you mean by skill inventory? It's a very good source that you can search. You can use skill inventory in order to recruit. So the totally qualified applicants in turn. But it skill inventory. Yes, we have discussed skill inventory. What is it? Yes. What is the function? So in which we discuss skill inventory. Huh?
Operational service.
Operational level. Yes, so this is still event is for operational employees. Correct. So under each function, we will discuss significantly. Okay. Are you ready? This one we pass. Yeah. Emergency planning. So in emergency plan, if you want to make emergency plan, we discuss that there are 5 steps. First step is to forecast future demand. Once you forecast future demand, the second step is to estimate HR supply. In order to estimate some HR supply, there are 2 steps you have to follow. One is HR audit. You have to perform HR audit. HR audit is all about assessing key qualities and qualifications of all the current employees. Like you have to find key qualities and qualifications of each and every employee. Having collected this information, you are going to record this information for document. One is skill inventory, the other one is management. Skill inventory is for non-management employees. Management inventory is for managerial employees. So skill inventory catalogs the qualities and qualifications of non-managerial employees. If you want to know the qualities and qualifications of non-managerial employees, you have to also skill inventory. If you want to know the qualities and qualifications of all the managerial employees, you have to refer to management inventory. So that if you go through skill inventory, so you and management inventory, you can find the most suitable applicants for so promotion. Understand? So no worries. So if you go through these, you can find most suitable. Understand? Then you can encourage them to apply for the post. Understand? So that this is very good method, very effective. Skill inventory and management inventories are so one of the method that we can use to attract internal applicants. Right, then intranet. So this you are very much familiar about these terms. Intranet, it is a network of computers. So that only internal employees have got the access by publishing job vacancies. So by using intranet, so you can attract suitably qualified applicants. So they can, internal employees will get the access to intranet. So outsiders will not be able to get the access. So you can publish your job advertisement. Then succession plans. Succession plan also very much effective in attracting suitably qualified applicants. So what do you mean by succession plan? Succession plan. We discuss succession plan. That is yes, not the hierarchy, but it has some links with the hierarchy.
Replacements for the latent post that can be done.
Yes, that is the idea. So human resource planning. So it's all about, succession planning is all about deciding who will replace whom in the event of vacancy of it. If there is a vacancy, who is the next best person to be promoted to fill the jobs which is vacant. Understand? So that we take a tentative decision. If general manager is going to retire next year, who is the next best person? Today we are going to take a tentative decision. Understand? So that if you can understand that decision, so we can attract suitable qualified. Understand? So that succession plan is a very good place we can look for in order to find the people we need. Recruitment is all about finding and attracting. Finding and attracting suitable qualified. So we can find suitably qualified applicants by using succession plan. Understand? Right. So these are the methods that we can use to attract suitably qualified applicants internally. Then there are several methods of external. There are many external methods that we can use to recruit externally. Right. One is employee referrals. Employee referral. The employee referral is one of the ways that we can use. We can ask the employees who are working for the organization to introduce so applicants known to them. So they may have some friends, they may have some neighbors, they may have some relatives.
and they may introduce to the employees. So they have the responsibility of introducing so more appropriate applicants, so for organizing where they are looking for, right? So maybe very effective. Okay, there are advantages and disadvantages of this method. It may not so cost that much. So anyway, if the organization gives some so financial benefits for those who introduce good candidate. Employee referrals internal. And there is another method called employee referrals external. What do you mean external referrals? External referrals, special universities are using these external referrals to recruit suitably qualified applicants for the jobs which are available. So I have used this method to get some visiting lectures to teach some of the subjects in my department, my university. External referrals. What do you mean by external referrals? It is about asking employees who are working in other organizations to introduce the applicants down to them. For example, so if I want to get the service of a visiting lecturer from another university, what I do is I contact one of my friends who are working in other university, right? And I ask whether there are some lecturers who are good at to teach this particular subject. If they are, please let me know, right? So as they are friends of mine, so they introduce good lecturers known to them. Understand? So thereby he will be able to attract good applicants. So this is followed by many universities, including your SAP campus. So if your SAP campus wants to find some lecturers to teach some of the subjects, so they contact. So the friends they are having the other opens. They contact so the lecturers within other universities. Okay, so this is very easy, very effective, very effective. Understand? So this is called external referrals. And pre-applicant, there will be many pre-applicants. So there are three types of pre-applicants: walk-ins, write-ins, and call-ins. So what is by walk-ins? There will be some applicants who are working with the organization in search of jobs. You have not advertised any job vacancy, but there will be some individuals who are coming, who are visiting the organization in search of jobs. So if there are some individuals, if we have got some individuals who have come to the organization asking for some jobs, do not turn them back without getting an application from them. You can just say that at present we don't have vacancy, but you can give your application. If there is a vacancy, we will inform you. So you can keep that also application in file. So on the other hand, there will be some employees, there will be some individuals who are writing in search of jobs. You may get some letters from some individuals, job seekers. Right, so that you can compare them, you can ask them to submit their application or resume, CV. So you can keep it aside. There will be some individuals who are calling organizations in search of jobs. So you may get some calls so that you can ask them to submit their applications. Right. So currently you may not have vacancies, but you can ask them to send their CV or application. You can also correct it. You can keep it in a file. So when your vacancy occurs, you can contact them because it does not cost anything. Understand? So this is called pre-applicants. So walk-in, write-in. So you can include one more, call-ins. Right? Past employee, this is another method. You can contact past employees to fill the jobs which are vacant. So nowadays, the recent past government used this method to find some employees in health sector. So we the shortage of many employees in health sector during last couple of years. So they are down to this with the past employees. So there will be some employees who have retired, and there will be some employees who have resigned, early resigned. So you can compare them, and you can ask them to apply for the jobs which is available. So there are some advantages because they have worked for the organization, they are experienced. It's not that you are going to take them on a permanent basis. In that, there will be some vacancies that has to be recruited and hired on temporary basis. You can use them. Right, past employees, education institutions, there are many education institutions in a country, in a society, you can directly contact them
So although Sri Lanka is not practicing this in developed countries, this is the main source of recruitment, especially in Japan. So 80% of staff are recruited from high schools. We are very happy to recruit and hire new blood. So 80% of recruits are made directly from high schools. So that they contact high schools and relate. So the applicant they in our country, it's not that popular. In how this is becoming popular in education institutions. So employment agencies, there are many employment agencies. So this is also becoming popular in other countries too. So you can contact, you can outsource this function to some employment agencies. So that employment agencies undertake the task of so rating applications and selecting them and for a fee. In Sri Lanka, there are several so employment agencies. They will do the job for you. You need not worry about. The only thing is you have to specify the type of people you need. Right, then executive and professional search firms. So this executive and professional search firm differs from employment agencies. Executive and professional search firms especially recruit people for so managerial positions, executive positions. And they differ in terms of the method they follow. So job agencies use especially job advertisement to recruit the people they need. But executive search firms will not use job advertisements to recruit candidates for jobs. Instead of that, they are using mail headhunting. Understand? So what do you mean by headhunting? So they do it by personally contacting. So for example, if you request this professional search firm to find wanting to work as a managing director, so what they do is they contact the people who are working as managing directors in other organizations. The person contact and asks whether they would like to, they are happy to so come to that particular organization. Then you are trying to convince them. So giving more financial and other benefits. By convincing you, okay, so I'm not going to talk about legality of the practice, but something's happened. Not only in Sri Lanka, in the countries too. Right, so that is the main source of recruitment by executive and professional search firms, especially managerial employees. Then employee organization, trade unions. So you can contact some trade unions if you want to find some employees for the jobs which are vacant. Professional institutions, there are many professional institutions in any society, in any country. In our country, even there are many professional institutions. What are the professional institutions in our country? There are many professional institutions. Chartered Institute, Professional Institute, yes. So it's a professional institute. What are the other professional institutions? How about CIMB, Professional Institute, CIM, right? So SLIM. Then how about Law College? How about CIPM? What is by CIPM? CIPM? What is it? Chartered Institute of Personal Management, Personal. Is there any institution called so professionals? I mean, for taxation, professional institution. Like that, there are professional training taxations. Right, use that so license. Right, so likewise, if you want to find you can contact this professional institution. Okay, so they will introduce good candidates. They will introduce. So this is a very good method. Professional institutions. So very effective method, but only to get professionals. Then, so job fairs, career fairs. So although it is not popular in our country, this is one of the most popular methods of recruitment in other countries. Especially job fairs or career fairs are organized by employers in other countries. Employers get together and organize a career fair where both so applicants, job seekers, and employers are met. Right, but in our country,
So it is not employers who organize, it is some education institutions that organize career fairs. I think your campus also organizing career fairs. Universities organize career fairs. Right, so these are very effective way of recruiting what you need. So employees can get together, organize a career fair so that you can attract so as many as applicants you can. Okay, so this is becoming more popular in our country. Like finally, advertisement, sorry. So, like internet job posting site, there are many internet job posting sites. You can use the internet job posting sites. What are the internet job posting sites you have found? Huh? Top jobs, top jobs. And there are some Indeed, Indeed and LinkedIn, so you can use this internet job posting site. So now, especially if you want to attract so applicants from set generation, so this is more useful. Set generation people, set generation is more technological savvy. They are happy to do everything with the technology, right? Especially with their smartphone. They do everything with their smartphone. So that this may be very effective. They may not reach for Japanese media. Right? They will not go through the newspaper categories. Right? Already done so. So that it's really very effective in the internet job posting site. Finally, so still the most popular method is advertisement. So you can publish a newspaper advertisement. You can publish your advertisement in the newspaper. Right, especially in Sri Lanka, weekly newspapers are very much popular for carrying these advertisements. So if you read Sunday Times, Sunday Observer, you can find thousands and thousands of advertisements. Some people are buying these newspapers to search some jobs. Understand? There are some business too. So very so popular method. So if you are going to make advertisement in the weekend newspaper or retail newspaper, there are two types of advertisement. One is blind advertisement, the other one is open advertisement. What is the difference between open advertisement and blind advertisement? What do you mean by open advertisement? You can read the open advertisement. You can publish open book advertisement. What do you think? Company names are given. Yes, open advertisement that expose so contact details of the organization. Contact. So, name of the organization, telephone numbers, email addresses, etc. So that applicants can understand the type of the organization in which they can say it. Understand? So blind advertisement is the advertisement that do not expose the contact details of the organization, even not the name of the organization. They may say that they are leading organization. Right. What is the reason for carrying a blind advertisement? What is the purpose? You might have seen blind advertisement. What is the purpose? They may not expose the contact details of the organization. Name of the organization, telephone number, email address, nothing. Only information regarding the question. Yes, why? In order to avoid unnecessary harm.
In order to keep confidential from the existing information.
Maybe not internal,
Yeah.
improper.
Yes.
That may be one, but matrix and need to avoid unnecessary influences. One taking instance of selection. There has to be influences if you expose the details of the organization. There has to be so canvassing. Like there will be some info coming from friends, coming from other managers, coming from politicians, relatives, etc. So that we will not be able to do selection, recruitment selection professionally, properly, objectively. Understand? So that you can stop those things if you do not reveal this information. So that nobody knows what the organization is. Right? Nobody knows the contact details. So that there is no way of contacting them. Right? So it is never. So that instead of that you can gather these so applications to the advertiser or post box. Okay, right. With that, we conclude discussing methods. But finally, implementation. right? So, yeah, this is the time that you are going to implement. Now you have a plan. You have decided the particular method of recruitment. Now you are going to carry out. Right, so that cross monitoring is very, very important, whether you are on the correct track. So this is the time that you are receiving the application, right? So you have to have cross monitoring, whether you are receiving application. So you may decide the deadline. So within the deadline, so you have to make sure that you are getting sufficient number of applicants. So finally, you have to evaluate the process. This is the last step. So you have to evaluate the level of the success of the process of recruitment. Is the process that you have followed a success or is it a failure? You have to decide. There's nobody in the organization who can advise you on this, but you can do it yourself. Especially if you can calculate some of the ratios, then you will be able to evaluate the level of the success of recruitment. So one is you can consider number of applicants attracted. How many applicants have been attracted? Based on that, you can decide to determine the level of the success. For example, there are 5 vacancies for the post of management training. You have used so newspaper advertisement to attract sufficient number of applicants for the post is vacant. You have 5 vacancies. So you have attracted 5 applicants. Is your process success? Is your recruitment process success? You have attracted only 5 candidates. Now, is it? No, it is not success because you have no choice. You have selected all the 5 if you want. And you don't have any choices. Your pool of applicants not bigger. Understand? Right. So at least if we have attracted 100 so be qualified applicants, so we can say that you are successful. The more the better. Like if we have attracted a large number of suitably qualified applicants, so the better. Larger the better. Understand? Right.
Is that depends on the designation of the position?
Yes, of course. So for some top positions, you may not get the big pool. Understand? So anyhow, so you have to have certain number. So yes, you may not get the same number of applicants for each and every post. Right? For lower level of managers, you may have so many. Right? Of course. Right, the number of applicants attracted is specific time duration. So number of applicants attracted. So how many applicants that you have attracted within the deadline? So how many applicants? So you must have attracted sufficient number of applicants within the deadline, within 1 week, within 2 weeks. So you can consider these things. Then recruitment cost per head. Recruitment cost per head. Cost is one of the things to be considered. Right, cost should not be too high. So if you divide the total cost of attractions or recruitment by the number of so recruits, so you get the per head cost. So which is better? Higher the better or lower the better? Lower the better. Right, then ratio of suitable to not suitable. What is the ratio of suitable to not suitable? So your ratio of suitable to not suitable is 20 to 80. 20 to 80. 20 suitable, 80 not suitable. Is your recruitment a success or failure? It is a failure because the number of not suitable applicants are greater than the suitable applicants. So your process is not a success, right? How about the other way around? If it is 80 to 20, 820, there are 80 suitably qualified applicants. So although you make a big effort, so normally you may attract some, so not suitable applicants too. Understand it is unavoidable. Right, if it is 80-20, more or less it is also. Okay. Right. So ratio of suitable to not suitable. So anyhow, there are some strategies that you can use to increase the number of suitably qualified applicants. So use these strategies, right? So you can do all these things overnight, but so you have to put these things into practice. So communicate necessary and adequate information about the job and the organization. So communicate. So these information. So it is very important. So make a clear picture of the job. Make a clear picture of the paint a clear picture of the job. Give all the so necessary information so that prospective applicants will be able to understand the type of the organization, the nature of the job.
Do not overemphasize the importance of the job. Otherwise, we may face to a guilty shock. So if you are going to inflate the importance of the job, so sometimes candidate once selected and hired may face to a reality shock. What do you mean by reality shock? That is a shock due to the difference between what they expected and what they are getting. If there's a big difference, what they expected and what they get, they face to reality shock at the company. So they expected quick promotions, but once they come and understand that they are not getting a quick promotion, then there's a shock. They expected company to pay 28, but now only they understand that they are not getting it. They expected separate cubicles, but once they come and start to understand that they are not getting cubicle. So they expected company maintain vehicle, but so they are now they understand that they are not getting it at the beginning. So there is a big difference. So that they are facing the very shock. Okay, so that we talk about this type of thing. So if employees are facing a very shock, they will not be happy, they will not give their maximum contribution. Understand? So that make a clear picture, make a clear purview of the job. So expand opportunity for career development. Everybody wants to have a career development, career progress. Career progress is one of the objective of each and every employee. So that you have to so provide opportunities for career development. So then more and more applicants are attracted. Then reduce political interference. This is very, very important. If political interference occurs, people are discouraged to apply. So prospective applicants understand that although you apply, so these things are determined by politicians. So you do not tend to apply. Understand? So you have to avoid these political and other influences. Expand welfare facilities. Understand it is not only the salary, it is not only the wages. So there are some other welfare facilities employees expect. Right? So you understand in order to make a great place to work, it is how to offer. So welfare facilities. So more and more applicants are attracted if welfare facilities are given. So you have to think, right? So that in order to make a place a great place to work, we have to offer the welfare facilities. So that people are attracted. So the people inside applicants are attracted. Okay, so these are the things. So that you can use to increase the number of applicants and the number of lecturers. Understand? So this is not an exhaustive list, so there will be some others which can do it. Right, with that I want to conclude recruitment function. Okay, so online participants, with that we conclude the discussions on recruitment. So I have got any questions to be asked? Any questions, participants? They are done. So did everybody sign? You signed. So where is that? Being the attendance is fine. We had the attendance fine.
Okay, thank you. Okay, see you. Bye. Okay, take care.
Oh, sir. Don't.
Make it done.